Benjamin Franklin said, "Those who give up liberty for security deserve neither." And that's true. We get the government we deserve. And we've had the governments we deserve. We've been asleep at the wheel. And we've been walked all over. And quite frankly, we deserve it. And now we've got Tony Blair going to the EU Parliament, talking to all his EU lackeys and EU leaders, the President of the EU, etc. Tony Blair meddling in Brexit. And even Theresa May is annoyed at him. But she's powerless to do anything about him because there is no system of justice that facilitates people like Tony Blair, because he redesigned the system of justice to facilitate him. He redesigned many things. He put a lot of money and public money, etc., into private institutions and quangos and NGOs, etc., which now dictate policy. These things have grown to become so powerful. He did so much damage and we can't even rein it in. I mean, he literally went to war illegally based on a lie. So he went on an illegal war using illegal weapons illegally based on a lie, and we can't even do anything about it. He literally destabilised the world, literally destabilised the West, using DU, dropping on babies and causing mutations in Fallujah in 2003, which was just the most horrific pictures I've ever seen on the internet. He did that, and it's acknowledged universally that he did that, and he did it based on a lie, and we still can't do anything about it, and he's allowed to meddle in Brexit. What kind of fucking democracy is that? We have an absolute sham society. Why would anyone behave? You know, the government are worried about people inspired by the French protesters because their violence seemed to work on Macron. He's reversed a lot of decisions now. And so this country, the government, are very worried about the Yellow Vest protests spreading. And indeed, we've seen the first vestiges of that reaction, of that backlash, of that revolution, which is yet to take shape. But I don't think it will fully form in the UK like it did in France, because they like to protest, apart from when they sold out to the Nazis. But nothing has been done because there's no system of justice. We have the same problem in Britain now that we had 20 years ago, and it's called Tony Blair. Nothing has been done to rein in his crimes, and therefore nothing is being done to prevent him from doing new ones. And that is exactly the kind of treason that he's doing. And he's arguing with Treason May about it. So which treason is worse? My treason's worse than yours. Why are they enemies? I'm supposed to suddenly side with Theresa May, the treasonous appeaser, traitor. Unbelievable that you have these choices. And Tony Blair is just allowed to do whatever the hell he wants. What the hell kind of system of justice is this? Why would you expect people not to riot at this phony society? But more of a question is, why aren't people rioting? Maybe it's just something innocuous, like it's cold or it's too near to Christmas. And that is the perfect time for why the government did this. We don't even know if Theresa May is going to be there at Christmas. You know, this vote might be voted down, and then she might be forced to leave. But she'd stay arrogantly anyway, because she knows what she needs to do. She needs to do the task that Merkel and Macron have set themselves the task of doing, and that is destroying the West and keeping Britain in the European Union. Despite the vote, despite saying Brexit means Brexit, her job was to keep Britain in the European Union by any means necessary, and it had to be through deception. And when Theresa May goes, which puppet is going to replace her? Is it going to be Sajid Javid? Yes. Or is it going to be Amber Rudd? No. Amber Rudd was too disgraced with the Windrush scandal. Sajid Javid is as yet untouched, but he is a Muslim, and that will cause a lot of consternation in the country, and that's what they want. They want people to be riled. They want to stir people up into a civil war type situation, a riot, so they can close the news on society, because the right wing will support a police state. The right wing support a police state, even though they know the paedophile police are everywhere. They say more police because there's too many stabbings. So the problem is the caliphate, and what's the solution? A vassal state. Oh yeah, because your ancestors fought 2 world wars so you could live in a police state, didn't they? No. They fought for freedom, as well as safety. And a police state is not freedom, and it certainly isn't safety, when you've got corrupt common purpose police like the ones we've got. All bets are off. We don't have a country, we don't have a prime minister, we don't have a legitimate system of government, we don't have a system of justice, we don't have a legitimate society, and we don't have a democratic system anymore. We've never had a democracy, and now it's overt. So, what the hell are we doing? Why are we going along with politics still, like it's business as usual? It's not business as usual, so stop pretending it is. The difference is now we see the lies in real time. Because with Tony Blair invading Iraq, we didn't see it until years and years later after these, inquiries, etc. Now we see the lies in real time, but there's still no system of justice to do anything about it. That's what I want you to take away from this. There is no system of justice, therefore there is no system of democracy. We're all just being played, we're all slaves, we're being forced into globalism and being told that if we don't like globalism, that we're hateful or using hate speech. Because anything against globalism is hate speech. Globalism, the illusion that it's made everyone link hands, all wonderful, singing Good Morning Starshine by Oliver, well, that's the dream. The reality is that it's outsourced jobs, imported terrorists, made a slum society, created a censorious regime where you can't even say anything to, you know, two cultures might live alongside each other and one culture's insult might be another culture's compliment. And therefore you're not allowed to use whatever that word would be because it might offend the other side. That's not multiculturalism. That's not living together. That's not happiness. That's not safety. That's not freedom. And we don't have any of those things because we don't have democracy. We don't have justice. But we seem to be fine with that.